Are we live now? Okay, so thank you everyone for joining the EIT Digital Venture Program Demo Day. Just a moment, some people are still trying to join in the call. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining the EIT Digital Demo Day. My name is Otuto Dosumu, and I'm the Digital and Deep Technology Manager here at BGI. And in today's Demo Day is brought to you by BGI and EIT Digital. So for those of you who are yet to be familiar with BGI is a deep technology accelerator based in Lisbon. We have supported over 200 companies, and our alumni have raised over $300 million. We have 5 exits and 1 unicorn as part of our alumni companies. EIT Digital is backed by the European Union and taxed to support innovation across Europe. And BGI and EIT Digital have collaborated to develop an acceleration program, which we call the Venture Program. And in this program, we support very early stage entrepreneurs with training, mentoring, business development support, and we provide financing up to 25,000 euros to help them to grow. The goal of the venture program is to help them to finalize their MVP. So this is super early stage companies. So today we have 6 amazing startups, 6 amazing teams who will be pitching, and we have startups from that are in various verticals, from health tech to climate tech to construction tech. So it's going to be an exciting time for presentations here as well. So the way it's going to be is that the startups will have opportunities to pitch for 5 minutes, and that's a hard stop in 5 minutes, and then we have 10 minutes for questions and answers. So we have a panel who would be asking the teams questions so that we can get to know them a little bit better, and also they can also provide comments and feedback as well. But we would also be accepting comments and questions from the audience. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put in the chat. I've got our wonderful assistant who will be helping me today. Her name is Alicia Costa. So any message you see from Alicia Costa, for example, if it's a link, please pay attention to those to that particular link. So we have 2 amazing jury members here who will be part of the jury panel, who will be giving feedback and asking the team's questions. First of all, I would like to introduce Carol Thur. So Carol is an impact advisor at Find Impact and a lecturer at Neon Road Business University. She's also an angel investor and invests in early stage founders, sort of the type of founders that are present here. That's why I thought it was even better for her to be here, to give feedback and sort of to ask questions as well. Carol was born in Chicago, but currently based in Amsterdam. So maybe Carol, you can unmute and just say hi to everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to stay on mute because I suddenly started drilling next door to me. But it's a pleasure to be here. As Otito said, I'm an impact investment advisor. And so I look for that connection with venture and impact. So I'm glad to be here today.
Thank you, Carol. Next up, we have Jose Ritter. Jose is the founder of Caltech, a fast-growing biotech company in South America. He's also a mentor and an advisor to several companies, and also the entrepreneur in residence at Sisters Accelerator, covering the LATAM region. Jose has a lot of experience in entrepreneurship and has provided a lot of support and mentoring to a lot of deep tech startups, especially in the LATAM region. Okay, so we are going to be pitching. So we're going to have 6 startups that are going to pitch, and the order is pretty much going to be simple. So first off, we're going to have B Block. So B Block, would you be kind enough to share your screen?
First, just a second. It's sharing? Can everyone say yes?
Yes. So remember, the time is 5 minutes. If you take longer than 5 minutes, I would have to interject. Okay. So let me know when you're ready so that I can start the timer. Okay.
Okay, we can start.
You can start now. Okay, so your timing starts, just a moment. Your timing starts now.
Hey, good morning. My name is Alice. I'm co-founder of The Block. Our team really appreciate the time you're taking to hear about our project today. The block's original idea was created when one of our team members felt the need to develop a component that taught his youngest children certain physical and electronics concepts in a simplified way, and that was capable to hold his attention so the teaching could be simple and complete, and also his kid will be able to learn while doing and play. Today, our idea evolved, and the block's purpose is to democratize and universalize the teaching of robotics through the learning by doing methodology. Our project focus at the moment are schools and educational institutions and how to improve access to robotics at these places. Identify the dynamics of teaching of children have changed a lot over the years, and nowadays we live in extremely technological and digitized context, and also ways that children learn and the future of the jobs and what abilities will be necessary in the future changed a lot. However, most schools haven't followed the new demand and they don't have the tools to teach these skills. We believe the introduction of robotics with the block in schools is an interesting solution, as it helps not only in the digital revolution, but also applies the learning by doing methodology. So the block's products are being designed to integrate a set of solutions in a gamified environment. Our solution integrates hardware and software in this gamified environment where children will be able to learn while playing. Our software solution is a gamified platform where the student can perform exercise and simulate activities virtually and still control the real robot while for the application. Our BBot is a robot that has been designed to teach unplugged computing and more complex robotics, and it can be deconstructed and used in other activities. The market in Europe and Brazil totals almost 85 million children in the target age group of the project. As our strategy is oriented on the B2B market, the number of private schools in the Iberian Peninsula is more than 10,500 institutions, and the estimated market value for this product is at 2.5 billion in 2026. The educational robotics market is ascending, and the main competitive advantages that the block have in this market are the gamified environment, the simulation tool, the possibility to integrate other common solutions with our own. So at the moment, we are looking for 200K euros investment for the next 12 months to development of our initial production, the development of our first pilot project, and invest in our team. Here we have a small roadmap of what we plan to do till January 2022. We want to have our software ready in the next month, our pilot project software in September 2021, in November the bot and the robot beta version, and in December the pilot project of our hardware. Our team is composed by me, Alice. I'm graduating in law, specializing in intellectual property and data protection, and I have a background in kids education. Lucas, who also is here today, he was a teacher of robotics in master in industry engineering. Alexandre Costa, who is a businessman with more than 30 years of sales experience, IoT and automation and sales experience, and Matheus Salacio, who is our software and engineer developer. And we have already some partnerships with private and public schools here in Portugal and Brazil to test our project and to create the teaching material. And we have our first investor, that is EIT Digital, and also is helping us here in this program. And we have another partnerships with designers companies, property intellectual companies, and modes company. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate being here.
Thank you, Alice. You are right on time. You actually had some few seconds left, about 50 seconds left. That is fantastic. Great. So I'm going to pass over to the jury members as well so that they can start. So maybe I could start with Carol. Carol, maybe you can start with questions or comments or feedback. Then also we'll move on to Jose. By the way, all the people who are watching, if you have questions, feel free to put it in the chat, and we will make those questions available to the team. So Carol, over to you.
Well, thank you for that presentation. I find it very interesting, the idea of democratizing, as you know, I'm an impact, and democratizing access to technology, and also gamification to do it, just to keep people interested. There are a couple of questions I have about exactly how is this democratizing, and if it's really written into your business model there. Like, how much does each unit cost? And how do you plan to make it, to democratize it, where you can balance it off, generating revenue while perhaps giving access to this technology to children who would otherwise not be able to afford it?
So, Lucas, you want to tell?
Yes,
So I can.
yes.
Okay, of course.
So we are still making the pricing of our solution. We don't have a target. We have a target price, but we don't have this price consolidated yet, because we need to start we need to make the production line for this product to make this value go down. So we have a B2B market for this, and we want to go to the schools, because our solution is for our first studies. Our solution is much more affordable than others in the market, such as Lego, for example, for the teaching of robotics. And that is it, I think.
Also, just let me complete. Also, we are making partnership with non-governmental governmental institutions who also help children that can have access to this kind of product. So we are creating this kind of partnership to make these kids have the access to our product. Also, as Lucas said, our price will be around 120, something like that. It's we want to be like that. So that's the main reason we are going to schools first, because it's the reason we can go to this price at first. But the thing is that we are making partnership with public councils, city councils, and these non-governmental governmental institutions. So we are going to be able to have kids, not only like the kids more privileged, but the kids that don't have this kind of access using our product.
Okay, the reason I'm asking this, and I'm asking it early, is because there's an argument here that you're generating impact, or that you could, right? By giving access educationally to children who wouldn't have it otherwise. But it has to be baked into your business model early on, where you can say, then you can attract impact investors, right? Who have education initiatives at the core of where their vertical is, where they specifically invest. So if you can consider like different ways to do maybe the one-to-one exchange, or with the backing of that, then you can, like I said, get that investment, and it would cover the expenses, would balance off in a way how to get it to the children. Now, another question I want to ask you is about screen time. Is it requiring them to be on the screen for, or is it something that they hold in their hands, or is it blended model? How does this work?
It's a blended model. We are going to have the software and the hardware. Maybe if you want, I can share again my screen to show the solution. It's possible to do what is.
Yes, you can share your screen, yes.
In this solution, we have two hardware software. Both will be working separately, but they can be used together. But these tools can be used separately. The robot is the tool that the kids put their hands on and make things.
So this is our prototype of our first version of the robot. It will be cuter for the kids. It will have like colors, but they are connected. So the kid will be playing with this a lot, but also learn a lot with our platform. So idea is to mix these two to not only provide this like software solution and the screen time of the kids be a long time.
So presumably the software solution, where it's just without the robot, could be priced differently than the version with the hardware.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Carol.
Thank you so much, Carol. So Jose, back to you. By the way, if anybody has questions on the YouTube chat, please feel free to post it in the chat, and then we would pass this message across to the team. So Jose, over to you.
Thanks. Hi, how are you? My first question is, okay, I understand that you are building now the prototype, but I wanted to know if you are testing the market fit while you are developing the solution. Have you got any customers using your solution? Meanwhile, what is the feedback that you are receiving? How often are they using?
Yes, a lot of the things that we already developed was made based on some forums and talks we had with some of our potential customers. So we had talks with schools, we had talk with parents, with teachers. So we had already a feedback of what they need that's not available in the market, what they find that is the interesting solution or not. So we are already talking with 2 private schools here in Portugal, 1 private school in Brazil, 1 foundation in Brazil, and with the Bragança City Council here in Portugal. So they give us a lot of feedbacks of what they think is interesting for our solution. The app is a thing that they already told us they really think is interesting, because most of the schools or most of our competitors don't have this kind of environment for the kids to learn and grow while learning.
And have you validated with the users, with the children? I ask this question because I have experience working in daycare, and when we designed the company in which I was working, we had an idea, but when we started to test with children, it was completely destroyed the idea, and we had to change it all things. No, for the reason I asking you this question.
Yes. So actually, because of all the COVID situation, we had to delay a little bit this part of testing in schools. We had a partnership with a museum in Bragança that we were going to be able to test there, but because of COVID, they had to close. But for September, October, we are going to a school in Lisbon to give our product for the kids in the classes to test it, and the app solution they will play with it too. So already some kids and some adults already played with it, but it's not the same thing as a whole class trying it. So it's going to be in September, October.
That's great. Okay, second question. It's about the team. What unique value do each of you are bringing to the table? Okay, what is each one? I suppose that you have different experience, feedback, but for your company, for your startup, what is your unfair advantage that you are bringing as a team?
So Lucas already teaches robotics to kids, and he was really involved in this area where he had to deal with the difficulties and with the struggles. So he was really integrated with everything that happened while teaching robotics to children. Also, he's engineering, so he really knows the tech area and really knows how to develop our hardware and product. I just graduated in law, so I am more in this area of our intellectual protection and how these areas work. I'm a little bit on the market area too, but we have a part to do that. And also I have a background in kids education, because in this process of learning by doing, it was a methodology I worked with the kids when I worked with kids, so it was a really validating experience. Alexandre also, he's a businessman, so he's in the part for more than 30 years, so he's in the part of making connections and put us to talk with a lot of people. And we have our software development, because he's a specialist on that, so he's responsible for the whole app and gamified environment.
Okay, great. And the last,
Jose, I might have to cut in. Sorry,
okay.
because we're out of time. But I think maybe Jose, if you want to speak with them also after, we can also connect them as well. If there are any questions from the chat, please feel free to send it to me. We have a comment from Shivam. It says, "Great work, Big Block. Speak to STEM camp. Could be good proposition for them." Okay, so that's awesome. So I think we're going to move on to, I can't see any questions there. Okay, we have one question that says, "Are you going to sell the product as a retail or make partnerships with resellers or schools?" So maybe Alice, you can quickly answer that, then we'll move on to the next startup.
Yes, okay, so the first customer now is the schools, but we want, BBlock really want to sell it direct to the customer. So in the future, we hope the near future, people will be able to buy it in stores.
Okay, thank you. So everyone, my colleague Alicia will be posting some links to sort of, we want to get your feedback on the presentation for that BBlock just did right now. We're having a little problem with the chat. So if it comes a little bit later than expected, please kindly fill it up. So next up we have Easy Breathy. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, the BBlock team. Thank you so much. So Easy Breathy.
Yes.
Can we see you? And can you kindly share your screen?
Can you see me?
Yes, we can see your screen. Just a moment.
Okay.
I'm just setting the timer. So you have 5 minutes as well. And are you ready?
Yeah. Okay, I'm not hearing it. Yes, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me? Yes. So let's start your timer right now, okay?
Okay.
Great.
So, good morning. My name is Ana Rita. I am one of the co-founders of eBreathy, and I want to show you how we will change lives for asthma patients. So, have you ever had to run really hard for a short period of time? To take a bus, maybe. And when you stop, you find that breathing suddenly became harder, like the air really burns your lungs and you can't catch your breath? Well, that is what an asthma patient feels every time they have an asthma attack. If we take a look at the world of asthma, we see this is the most common respiratory chronic disease in the world with multiple symptoms and triggers that patients often find hard to identify. In terms of healthcare costs, we are talking of 20 billion euros per year in Europe alone. Although we as doctors do have effective medication, the inhalers, half of our patients forget to use them and more than 80% of them don't really know how to. So how can we help these patients? Well, that's where eBreathy comes into action. Our product has three main parts. We have a physical medical sensor, which will attach directly to the inhaler the patient already uses, collect data, and then transmit it to our mobile app, allowing the patient real-time monitoring. All the same data will be made available to the patient's doctors through our patient management platform. eBreathy gives feedback on the patient whether they are doing their medication right, gives them a place to self-report and monitor their symptoms, and also reminds them of their due doses. Each specific data of each patient will be integrated into our asthma preview algorithm, which will then suggest potential triggers to the patients they can actively prevent. Although we are still a prototype, smart inhalers have been extensively studied and have been shown to decrease in half the asthma attacks experienced for the patients and also save in terms of costs to both healthcare units and insurance companies more than 180 million euros per year. Each day, new patients are being diagnosed with asthma. Me, myself, in fact, I am one of the people doing it, and I was able to see firsthand the impact this has on the patients and their families. And so we want to launch our product in Portugal, our home, where we have 600,000 potential customers, and then scale up from there. Our first stage in terms of our business model will be to sell directly to healthcare units who wish to make eBreathy accessible to their patients. However, our main goal is to make our product accessible to any asthma patient who wants to buy it, either through a pharmacy or our website. We will also have an app subscription with a free version, but also premium features. We do have some competitors on the market. However, we are the only ones telling the patients if their inhalation is sufficient for the medication to reach their lungs, and we use the most precise sensor available on the market. As for our team, I am a pediatrician, and with me I have Filipa, who is a biomedical engineering major, and Rita, who is a computer science major, and together we combine both clinical and technical knowledge. We are also establishing a comprehensive network of partners who will help us reach our goals. So our journey started last year, especially when we entered Nova Impact Challenges and won first prize. We have since conducted our client and market analysis, are working on our prototype, and have just launched our new website and social media. For our next steps, we will finish our prototype by November this year, start clinical testing in January 2022, and enter the market on the beginning of 2023. And for the next months, we will need 150,000 euros. So please feel free to contact us, ask us any questions you feel, and I hope you feel as motivated as we are to stop asthma patients from holding their breath. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ana Rita. You have about 1 minute left. I see the training for pitching under 3 minutes is coming really effective right now. So good. So I'm going to pass over to Carol again. So Carol, I guess we have Carol and Jose. We have a little bit more time to ask questions. So we have about 12 minutes to ask them questions. So maybe I'll pass to you, Carol. Maybe we start with you again.
Yes, thank you, Anahita, for your presentation. Interesting product, a smart inhaler, correct?
Yes.
So if I understand correctly, then the software, the app measures the draw, the inhale of the patient on the inhaler, right? The device. And does it also measure the amount that's still in the inhaler at that moment as well?
Okay, so the sensor is in fact on the physical medical device, and it measures air. Okay, so we can evaluate if the volume of air is enough for the medication to reach the lung. However, we cannot evaluate if the medication itself is present in the air that the patient breathes. However, we have tried in our software to decrease the risk of the patient doing an inhalation without medication. And so when the patient buys a new inhaler, when they enter it on our software, they can say when they bought it, and entering the company and the name of the medication, we are able to know how many doses it has. And so as long as the patient uses our product in every use of their medication, we are able to estimate if they still have medication or not. And we will even remind the patient if we see they only have 20 doses left, for example, they should ask the doctor for a new prescription, for example. So that was the solution we found to try to diminish that risk.
Okay, and so this is for the patient's knowledge, but the doctor can monitor, but it's really for the patient's knowledge.
Yes, so our main beneficiary will be the patient.
Okay, how does the patient buy it? Is it through retail? Is it through the doctor?
So on the first stage, since we will do contracts for our clinical validation with healthcare units, they will be our early adopters because we will put that in our partnership. So on our first stage, our product will be made available through healthcare units, and their patients will be able to access it through the healthcare units. On a second stage, and when we have our validation from the market, we want to offer it directly to the patients through pharmacies and our website. But on our first stage, probably just healthcare units and then customer directly.
And testing, does it need any specific kind of testing? And how far are you with that?
We are testing now the prototype in a lab setting. And then in 6 months, we will start testing with patients. So we will do an investigation project with healthcare units, and which will be monitored by doctors, several doctors in hopefully 2 different hospitals. And so that will be in January.
And what kind of approval does it need for a new medical device?
Okay, we are still working with our lawyers to see if we can fit our product into a type 1 medical device, which in regulatory terms, it's much more flexible and it's self-certified. So that's our main goal. However, since we have a software, we are making our case for that, and hopefully in terms of regulatory certification, a type 1 will be much easier, and that's what we are trying to go for.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Carol. Jose, over to you.
Okay. Thanks. Carol has asked some of the questions that I have about the regulation, because in this kind of... Can you... it was frozen. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Carol has asked some of the questions that I have, because in the healthcare market, sometimes regulation it takes more time than you expected. No, but for my experience with biotech, it's in Peru is not regulated for veterinary industry, so it's great for us because we went to the market directly. No, but sometimes it takes time. I have some questions about the team. Do you have experience selling health product to the market? Well, what is exactly, because you have explained it, some of your experience, but I want to know if you have experience in the part of selling this kind of product.
Mhm. So yes, in terms of selling directly to patients or directly to the customers, none of us really has that experience, and we are considering adding a fourth person with experience in terms of business. However, since our first stage will be directed especially to healthcare units and doctors, I do have some advantages because I work with them and I know them. So that first stage, I think, will be easier to establish even without a person specific in business. But yes, for sure, when we want to sell directly, we will have to add that to our team.
And do you have connection or contact with reference? Because in each area, you know that you have famous doctors that always try new products. Do you have connection with this kind of people?
So we have, in fact, established a contact with a member of the National Society of Immunoallergology, who is also a doctor in one of the main hospitals in Lisbon, who is Hospital da Espanha. And so he has established a bridge with us, opening the doors for us to partner. And I will, in fact, be working there next year. So that will be a plus. And then we do have some connections in 2 private hospitals as well in Lisbon. So in terms of partnerships, we are.
Okay, that's great. It's going to help you to sort the go-to-market, no? Because sometimes they need to know, okay, who is using your solution in order to start to try it. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Ana Rita. That was an amazing presentation and good questioning. So we do have some questions from the public. We have one from Galina Visoskaya. She asks, what premium features are you envisioning for the app? And she puts in bracket B2C.
Yeah, so our free versions will be in terms of medication reminders, the patient being able to put there their symptoms as well. And as for our premium, we will have then the inhalation efficiency measurement and the allergen measurement as well. So those will be the main premium features.
Okay. So we just actually have more. We don't have a question. We have a comment from Juan. It says, eBreathe, great solution. I also see in the features the opportunity to trace provenance of the medication with reliable data from your software. Another comment from Edgar Grassi says, Recipharm can be interested. They own Bespark that invested in Discos and other inhalers. Okay, so please keep on putting the questions in the chat for now, but I think we don't have any more questions anymore from for EasyBreathe. So EasyBreathe and Rita, thank you so much. So we're now going to move to build together. So
hello.
Together, can you share your screen?
Yes, of course. Give me 1 second. Can you see my screen, right?
Yes, we can see your screen. So let me know if you want us to start it. Okay. Should I start now?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Your timing starts now. Okay.
Okay, perfect. So hello, my name is Israel, and today I'm going to present our project named Build Together. I want you to meet Daniel. Daniel is a construction worker with over 20 years of experience. During this time, he had one common situation across all projects. Can you guess what it was? Having to do rework in order due to change plans or misunderstandings. The cause of these reworks leads to a whopping 30% of waste in the construction industry. This is due to the fact that the plans are made in two-dimensional software for a three-dimensional building, which leads to misunderstandings. And these misunderstandings are even included in the contracts in the form of a pro forma. With our solution that utilizes augmented reality, you can preview the project before construction begins and during construction clarify doubts in real time. Looking at Portuguese reality, we know that more than 68,000 houses are being built annually and more than 1,500 workers work in this sector. Our solution begins with a plugin for the Autodesk family that lets the architects send their files to our cloud. From there, they are shared with other parties involved in the project. They, in turn, can view the changes in real time, comment on those files, and see them in AR. The home screen lets the user import different file formats and view them in virtual reality and in space using augmented reality. Here we have an example of a door being viewed in a basement. The user can even take a photo and measurements. We also offer a Google Calendar to help in keeping track of meetings and deadlines, to create a unique ecosystem between all the parties involved. Keeping with that same ecosystem, we also offer an in-app chat between people of the same project, as mentioned earlier. When there are changes in the project, the app sends notifications to the user in order for them to know in real time what's happening. So who are our potential clients? They are house owners or future homeowners, architects, civil engineers, interior designers. Our revenue model is going to be subscription-based, as in a software as a service. Built Together stands out from other platforms due to multiple functions, function aggregation, although Ultra Information Experience also allows conversion between 2D to 3D. This solution also needs augmented reality class to this framing. There are other platforms such as ArcChat that have exclusive functionalities to manage the project, but none creates a plugin for the Autodesk family. Our goal for the end of this year is to finish a pilot app with potential clients and change it accordingly to their feedback. Next year, we hope to participate in more than 100 house constructions and surpass 100,000 euros in profit. For this, we will need an initial investment of 112,000 euros. This will be done to continue development and acquire new customers through the form of publicity. Regarding the team, I have a background in computer science, which gives me technical skills for this project. Additionally, I have some experience in management from a previous startup. Mariana has a background in data science and during university was involved in a junior company, where she developed some commercial skills. Thank you for your time, and please visit our website.
Thank you so much, Joao. You have about 1 minute, 30 seconds left, so which is okay. So maybe I would pass over to Carol again for questions. Please, the audience, please feel free to put questions in the chat, and we will forward these questions over to the Build Together team. So Carol, over to you.
Thank you, and thank you, João, for your presentation. My first question is this primarily, is this for structural or more cosmetic use?
Sorry, I was muted. Initially, it would be for. It can be actually applied to both. We have had one example of each that when we were doing the interview. One was a homeowner that didn't like a wall that constructor built, and the constructor had to tear down the wall. And the other one was another woman that when she was in her bedroom, she gazed up and she saw the holes where a chandelier would be, and she didn't like that because she didn't feel safe sleeping underneath the chandelier because it could fall. And that is something that actually had to be redone. They had to fill in the hole. So we were going for a mixed approach.
Okay, because I saw that you said that civil engineers could use this. And what's fresh on all of our minds is the collapse of the building in Miami, right? And looking back to where are the flaws in that. And, that's quite serious, and it's still kind of a mystery, but it seems that, it's very much in the original design and the placement and how the materials were used there. And does this app address like that gravity, like that kind of serious nature of the architectural building process? Or is it something further along, like the placement of a chandelier or how a wall looks?
It's something further along. That is something that the engineer builds, and is in Autodesk. The app won't be able to tell you if it's going to fall or if it has some structural defects. No, it won't.
Okay, and AR. Do you have? You said some competition, but how is your product? What's your USP? How is your product so different from what's already on the market?
Yeah, so they don't have, for what we could see, they are still also in an initial phase, meaning we couldn't get our hands also on the prototype. But what we believe are actually that what we from their website we could say that they're not targeting. One is having a plugin to automate the process from getting from the AutoCAD and other Autodesk products to the app and the ubiquity of our project, like having that mobile, having all that power in your hand instantly, and having this new form of communication. Because currently, from what we gathered, construction workers are using Teams, WhatsApp, calls, all over the place, Messenger even.
Okay, thank you. I will pass to Jose.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Why did you choose to develop a solution in this market? What is the reason why you each morning wake up and say, okay, I'm going to create this company. I want to solve this problem. What is your motivation?
Okay, perfect. So our motivation is in our vision is actually to combat waste management. And where do we see us? Initially we want to build something that in 10 years, some people that is going to, when that different contractors have different, will do the project differently, meaning some will actually finish on time, others will consume more money. In the future, we want to know if you are between 2 or 3 contractors, you will go to build together and you will see, this contractor has these stats in his latest 10 projects, and help you decide where to build, which contractor to hire. We want to make something that we want to make a transparent project and be the reference. To something that doesn't actually exist. If you are between 2 contractors, how do you pick one? Is it because your friend had previous good experience? What was his history? Will he be honest with you? Won't he be honest with you? It's more or less our vision, and this is how we want to get our foot in the door and start small and just increasingly build to that point.
Okay, I get it. Thanks. And second question: do you have experience, you or your co-founder? Do you have experience in the construct-tech market, in construction, or in your vertical, or no?
No. We are trying to. We have been talking with people that are actually in the area, but no. Both me and my co-founder come from a pure technological background. I mean, we are dealing with computers, not construction.
Okay. And about your go-to-market strategy, you have explained it that you have B2B and B2C. What in your first stage, what of both market are you choosing? Are you first going to B2B or B2C or?
Yeah, so since we are actually going for getting feedback, and feedback is completely essential at this stage, we are completely focused in B2B, because they're the ones now that are giving the feedback of how they are using. And sometimes we because of we're being B2C, sometimes we will get to meet the client because of that, but primarily B2B at this point, yes.
Okay, thanks. Okay.
Thank you, Jose. We have 2 questions for them. The first question is, what is your primary market strategy? Okay, I think Jose has already answered that in terms of the B2B and B2C. So let us, Juan has a question. It says, do you find in EPC contractors, that is engineering, procurement, and construction, potential to also improve their procurement process with your solution? So I guess what he's trying to ask that, does your solution have an impact in the procurement processes of EPC contractors?
I think, could you repeat? I'm not.
So the question, I guess the question one is trying to ask is that, does your solution impact also the procurement processes of EPC contractors, that is engineering, procurement, and construction contractors?
No, at this stage, no. And maybe not. No, I really don't see it in the future. I think it's more of a global view of a whole project, and not individually. I guess it's indirectly impacted, but no, it's more of a global view and a global project management tool, and not that. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So I don't know if Carol and Jose, do you have any final questions, more questions? If
No,
not,
thank you.
or if not, we can move on to
No,
the
thank
next startup.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, great. So the next startup to pitch would be next startup to be pitching is, sorry, just a moment, is Neutralize C. Nivaldo.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Let me see if you can you see? And good morning, everybody.
Yes, we can see your screen. Yes, and it's moving. So do you want me to start your time now?
Please.
Okay, your time starts now.
Okay, so hello, everybody. I'm Nivaldo, the founder of Neutralize C. And what is behind the vision of Neutralize C? We are seeking to connect environment actors just to accelerate sustainability actions here in Portugal. But in order to understand the solution, we have first to understand the context. Companies here in Portugal need to reduce, even neutralize their carbon footprint until 2050. This is the direction that the government of Portugal has set, following the European trend of decarbonized economy. And so companies need support and alternatives in order to decarbonize the activities without stress the operations and cut too much, or even get like some tax of carbon. A promised solution that in this context are the mitigation projects. And however, the challenge here is to find projects with the right characteristics and the right time to coordinate, validate, monitor, and make the reports. On the other hand, we realize also that these mitigation projects can be carried out on land that is unused or sub-used in Portugal, or burned by the fires. That's really common. This way, we can also generate other ways of to produce wealth to the farmers or landowners in the country zone of Portugal. And this can be traded by carbon credits with natural process here. So our solution offers incentives for both sides. We're trying to connect the companies with the landowners in one environment that they can negotiate the benefits of carbon sequestration. So our platform, companies can optimize their time in search the projects, exactly the projects that they need, select this project, monitor the success indicators, and also report really quickly. So every company can do this. What differentiates Neutralize C is that you take into account the importance of communicated reactions to stakeholders, then the community here, the government, the actionist, and other stakeholders. That's why we offer a powerful reporting tool in the platform, and also a dashboard, monitor dashboard that even the small company can use. With this way, we are focused on this completely cycle of the project, and this creates a solid relation between the companies and the landowners. It is a local solution because you are really focused on the local. It is transparent because they can show the actions to the stakeholders, and convenient to the company use. There are other solutions in the market that's for mitigation projects, but only Neutralize C can accompany business from the entire process, from the search, selection, monitoring, and report those projects easily. This investment to carry out the solution and grow, we need the investments of 100,000 per year. That's divided between human resource, the digital solution, the workspace, and also the market costs. And to return on the investment, we have two ways, two dimensions to generate wealth to the company. One is a subscription to the company, because the company can have access to available projects and it can create reports really easily and monitor this data in real time. And the other is the commission for each project sold by the farmers or the landowners. The team is completely to my skills. I'm an environment engineer, so I'm technical. And I have two people supporting us that can make this solution digital and provide to the market in Portugal. Thank you for your attention, and you're looking to the next meeting.
Thank you, Nivaldo. You finished right on time, exactly 5 minutes. So maybe I would pass over to Carol again. Carol, you can go first with the questions. Carol, can you hear me? Maybe you're on mute.
I indeed was on mute. Thanks for letting me know. Nivaldo, thank you for your presentation. Yeah, this is a really important area, and it's a growing business for sure. I have to ask first, what do the farmers do to generate this positive activity that can then be, transferred into credits that can be bought by these corporations? I understand how it works, but what are your farmers doing particularly, and what's their involvement on the platform?
So it's a good question because I've been studying this for 1 year. And of course, everybody knows about forest. Forest is a good point that can sequestrate, but agriculture also can sequestrate. For example, I make a calculus here fast. Olive tree, 1 hectare of olive tree, that is like from agriculture, they can produce 77 tons of sequestration. They can remove 77 tons of CO2. And right now, it's not explored this area also of agriculture. We don't want to impose one forest in the area, but we want to take the possibilities and the potential also of the production of agriculture, and these credits put in the market.
Okay, so for the corporate demand, because a lot of these companies need to offset, right? Mm-hmm. Are there enough farmers at this point to supply that demand?
Can you repeat? Sorry?
Are there enough farmers generating, positive credits to offset for the demand of the companies that need to offset their footprint?
Yeah, it's a good question also, because Portugal has a lot of small properties, and there are a lot of the many farmers here to do this. But we are making this prototype in Portugal, thinking to make a platform that can be used in every single country as a local one. So right now in Portugal, there are a lot of farmers to do this.
I can imagine that this would be huge in Brazil, right?
For example, yeah, for example. But one thing, if we would like to go to Brazil, we'd like to make this solution also to looks like Brazilian solution, because we want to create this connection. For example, one company from Brazil has to think also about what they are helping in Brazil. So this is like our way of thinking.
Right, but this is a global marketplace, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
it's just that it's like a matter of finding the farmers mm-hmm. where you can generate this positivity to offset the corporate. So the solution is there and the demand is there. I'm just asking, how hard would it be for you to supply this? And is it just a matter of getting people signed up, or do they have to actually change their activities? Because I know that some are already in the process, and there are large companies that are trying to change. Also, there's agricultural companies trying to change their processes also to be net, to be neutral in a couple of years, because that's the new market, that will be the demand of the consumers, that their companies be neutral. So, I mean, this is huge. And are you all situated with this MVP, I presume you have? Can you handle it? And what will you need to be able to scale up to solve the problem for everyone?
Yeah, so that's this interest to start in Portugal because it's a really small country. So we are trying to make this here first to check the possibilities. We only have 3 months of startup. So we are making the plan yet. But we are checking here first because you know that the market is huge and there are a lot of things to do. And we're gonna make and check what is validated or not to go further.
And maybe to complete this, we would of course start with a proof of concept, contacting 1 to 2 companies, trying to get them on board, and see how it goes. Like we would start small and then scale up from there, and see yes how much we have to extend the MVP, what we have to build in, what we have to extend. But yeah, we will start with the proof of concept and yes, see where it goes.
Okay, thank you. I will pass to Jose.
Jose,
Thanks.
over to you.
Okay, thanks. About the question that Carol asked about the strategy to attract farmers, I have a comment. I was mentoring a company in the fintech area, working with farmers in Latin, and in order to reduce their CAC to attract the farmers, they close agreement with NGOs that work directly with farmers, and they reduce to the CAC to $1 or something like this to attract the offer. But I have now a question. How are you going to avoid that the farmers and the corporate jump you? Because, okay, they start to work together and to buy the credit through your platform. And what happens in the future? Maybe they try to do directly without you. Have you think about it, how to solve it, or?
To avoid the directly connection between them?
Yeah, the directly connection.
So one really like good value of the platform, it's not only, we understand that communication is really important, right? So to make reports really easily, so to monitor the data in real time. So you are trying to make like, I'm spoiling here, but we are trying to make a premium version also that you can have more access, and one version that's soft, more soft.
Okay, so you are attracting with your marketplace, but you are keeping them with your SaaS.
With the monitoring tools, because we imagine that even small companies that doesn't know how to do, they can go there, select and monitor and make reports like in the standard, international standard, really easily.
Okay, great.
And of course, even if we give them the opportunity to communicate, we would track it, right? Like Amazon is doing. We can communicate, but it's of course with a anonymized email address. So I think digital wise, it's easy to track this, and everything personal can't be avoided. But since they don't have the contacts of each other, it should not be a problem.
Okay.
And also, we would like to make a profile of the government or citizen to control, like to go there and control, social control of the negotiation.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you, Jose. I don't know if there are any questions, but we have a comment here. It says you guys can also scale your solution for the paper industry as well. Okay, so that is great. So let us move on to the next startup, which is senior support. Thank you so much, Nivaldo.
Welcome, thank you.
Okay, so Andre, just a moment. Let me know if you want me to start your time now. I think you're on mute, Andre.
Yeah, can you?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you now. Exactly. So
Yeah,
should I start your time now?
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I'm André Mendes, CEO of Senior Support. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, let's start. Hello, everyone. Good morning. I'm André Mendes, CEO of Senior Support, and I'm going to tell you a story. This is me as a child. This photo is from a few years before my grandmother developed Alzheimer's disease. She quickly became a dependent person. We lived in the same house for a few years, and that taught me a lot. Taking care of an elderly person is not easy and extremely stressful for those who don't have techniques and necessary knowledge for this. One thing is certain, the world is aging and we are not prepared for it. Like me, many families go through the same problem. More than 35% of seniors are dependent, and 90% of them don't have support or tools to improve care. Only 10%
Sorry,
have semi-professional.
sorry, Andre, I don't think your slides are moving.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Are they? Can you check if it's moving? It's not moving. Could you try to reshare again?
Sorry for this, guys. Yeah, now our move.
Can you try? Can you try to see if it moves now? Yes, it's moving now. Exactly. Okay, so maybe you can start all over again. I will reset your time to 5 minutes again. Okay, so your time starts now.
Thank you. Sorry. Hello, everyone. I'm André Mendes, CEO of Senior Support, and I am going to tell you a story. This is me as a child. This photo is from a few years before my grandmother developed Alzheimer's disease. She quickly became a dependent person. We lived in the same house for a few years, and that taught me a lot. Taking care of an elderly person is not easy and extremely stressful for those who have no techniques and necessary knowledge for this. One thing is certain, the world is aging, and we are not prepared for it. Like me, many families go through the same problem. More than 35% of seniors are dependent, and 90% of them don't have support or tools to improve care. Only 10% have some professional support for care. A study shows the high risk of human error in elderly care increase accidents and care costs. Both caregiver and families lack knowledge, support, or tools to help with care. We developed a SaaS app to support families and caregivers with the daily care tasks about medication, nutrition, and movement, scheduling of medical purchases, and health appointments, facilitate learning for care, and gather all health information in the same place in order to reduce the human error. We will run the app with nursing homes, caregivers, and families partners of Aveiro University in Portugal. The senior supporting team and students will work together to improve solutions constantly. We want to go further by building an intelligent ecosystem for care, integrating smart bed, artificial intelligence, and machine learning into our services. In this way, we are able to help our customers to make better decisions in the health area and for each person, such as better food, better price for purchase of medicines, or alerts about the need to schedule medical appointments, in addition to offering a 24/7 emergency call center via smart voice chatbot. The market size is large, constantly growing, and with high purchasing power. In Portugal, there are more than 2,500 nursing homes and 2.3 million seniors. Europe has more than 100 million senior citizens and 1,000 of nursing homes that need a solution to provide them with a better care for more people. The solution is aimed at families, caregivers, and nursing homes. With data analysis and artificial intelligence, we want to support pharmaceutical industry and health insurance providers to reduce their costs. Most competitors in the health area are focused on the daily care process. We have many other competitors in the monitoring area or tech, but we are different because we are focused on integrating an easy app to use with real health monitoring for helping users when accidents happen and provide our customers with the best healthcare choice available. The freemium model will be monetized with advertising, drug sales, and scheduling of health appointments, and the premium model will be monetized with a monthly fee to add smart band and remote care. We have divided our development into 3 steps: validation, go-to-market, and expansion, offering our solution to all nursing homes in Portugal. Starting with the largest groups, we want to reach 10% of the B2B market. And with your marketing plan aimed at families with seniors and a freemium entry plan, we are to reach 1% of the B2C market in Portugal by June 2024. After consolidation in the local market, we want to expand the solution to other countries in Europe. In order to be running by 2023, we need a 106,000 euros in the pre-seed round. It will be invested in tech, team, structure, marketing, and sales. Therefore, we aim to achieve 1.7 million euros revenue per year by 2024. The senior support has 3 teams in the house. Management is led by me, CEO, but shared with the team. The health area is led by Jessica, or CHO, and technology and UX/UI are led by Eric, or CTO. We are looking for a multidisciplinary talent and willing to learn team. We are not alone in this journey. If you believe in your purpose, join us and let's do it together.
Thank you, Andre. You finished right on time. Actually, a few seconds shy from 5 minutes. Thank you so much. So I'll pass over the word over to Carol again. So Carol, over to you.
Hi, Andre. Thank you for your presentation.
Hi, Carol.
Hello. This is interesting. Is there any, like, what are you monitoring exactly with this device?
Okay, we want to monetize our app, yeah.
To
with
monitor,
device
what?
Monitor app.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Our monitoring are made with a health device, yeah, a smart band. This smart band has are integrated in the 5G, yeah, in real time, and we start the with the EPSS nursing homes in Aveiro, or tests are in Aveiro with the EPSS, but the monitoring is a smartwatch, smart band.
Okay, but what exactly are you measuring, or what does this band do exactly?
What does the band do? This band can send to you drop alerts, for example, send to you the oxygen in the blood. It's good to hypertension, for example. The vital signs, every vital signs in the band.
Okay. So presumably you're using AI, right? So presumably there are algorithms that work here. Have they been tested across various populations? I mean, has it been tested on men and women and different ethnicities, because different patients present in different ways, right? So
right.
how do you know that it's applicable across this market and then can be expanded further across other markets?
Exactly. It's we want, yeah, expand our other markets, and we know the value of the proposition and the data. With if you can make this about our population around the world, you can save many lives, yeah. And integrate this data with the alerts, for example, with the or you can provide to families better decisions, yeah, to make better decisions, and to people, yeah, the peoples can use only. Vanda,
Okay,
can
what
you?
happens with the data, like for privacy, and who sees it? Is it only inside the family they see it, or does it go to the doctor's office?
Yeah,
or where does all this go?
Families and doctors can see the information. The information has a cryptography, yeah, and only families and doctors can see the information. In our analysis, everything is cryptography, yeah, consolidated by the law, Europe law. for data.
Okay, thank you. I'll pass to Jose.
Thank you.
Thanks. Your solution is hardware and software, right? Yeah.
Software. My solution is a software integrating by hardware, but we want in further develop our device, but not today. Yeah.
Okay. Now you are only providing the software and connected with different hardware solutions that exist in the market, right?
Right.
Okay. So how do you plan to acquire customers? What is your customer, your go-to-market strategy or your marketing strategy to increase the number of customers?
Okay. Let's start working with B2B market. This way, we have more possibilities for entering and consolidation in company. Yeah. But we also think about the part of the market that not in nursing homes and would need our solution. The tools work with integration for both groups, and that is what will be validated in the coming months by December. It would be a great solution for governments and are unable to care for the elderly and support their families, don't you think? And we want to reach 10% of market in Portugal by 2024. Our 2,500 seniors nursing homes in Portugal, and we want to reach 10% of them.
And I understand that you are, as you are developing the solution, you are validating with these potential users and
Exactly.
Yeah. And what are the results of the pilot that you are doing, or what is the feedback that you are receiving in these trials with the customers?
Okay, we don't try yet our solution. Finally, we will finalize our solution at 2020 in this month. But we tried the prototype, and prototype have good answers to the public and to 20 caregivers in Aveiro.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Jose. We just have one comment that says, amazing senior support. This is the kind of solution that can be labeled as the peace of mind for all families and nice business model. Congratulations. Okay, thank you. So thank you so much, Andre. And for the final presentation of the day, we would have talent protocol. So Pedro, could you kindly share your screen?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can we check to see that your slide is moving, just in case?
Yes, let me just put this on presenter view mode. Just a sec. All right, so I'm in between you guys and lunch, so that's not good. All right,
yes,
is it changing?
Yes, it's changing. It's changing. So your time is start now. So you can start now.
All right, let's go. So, hi, my name is Pedro. I'm the CEO at Talent Protocol. Pleasure to be here with you today. We're tackling this huge, massive problem in the world today, which is the fact that even though talent is pretty much everywhere, opportunity isn't really. And this creates a huge purpose careers mismatch. And we're on a mission to empower careers anywhere. And we're part of this segment within the blockchain world called personal economies or personal tokens, which is still early days for this segment, and therefore a blue ocean. But everyone in it believes in one thing. Everyone doing stuff in this segment believes that everyone listening in this call will end up creating their own personal token one day. In a nutshell, Talent Protocol is a decentralized network where talent can create a personal token that represents their career value. And on the other side, sponsors can make angel investments in people they believe in. In a more graphical note, this means that talent can launch their own career coins, and then they can extract funding and support as value from it. And then on the other side, sponsors can buy career coins and cash out whenever they want. So that means selling those career coins. Just a quick note, we have this internal wallet that uses our own TEL token. TEL is a shortcut for talent, and this is our governance token as well. The value for sponsors is described in three ways. It's better described in three ways. So the first one is a financial return on investment, which I already mentioned, buying and sell career coins in hope of a profit. The second one is a more functional one, so you can access services and benefits from the talent side by purchasing their career coins. And the last one, and last but definitely not least, is an emotional return on investment, which is a more philanthropical one. So you can invest in raw talent and hope to help them out with that. For the talent side, basically this enables talent to build a community of committed sponsors around them. Everyone listening to this call, like we are where we are today, we are in this point in our careers because we had people that trusted us, people that helped us, teachers, mentors, family and friends, founders, investors, co-workers, bosses. All of these people can be part of our community. And this talent protocol basically enables a new way to monetize these opportunities for both talent, but also for sponsors as well. So we are a blockchain powered infrastructure for career investment. And we're not the typical startup. We're not the typical traditional company. We are an open source project powered by the native governance token, the one I mentioned before, the TEL token. This means that every TEL token holder is accountable to develop talent protocol. And essentially, I mean, great careers take time, and that's why we're building this ecosystem that can outlast the founders. Speaking of which, these are the founders, surprise myself. So my biggest career medal is landing.jobs. So having built that, which is one of the biggest tech recruitment platforms in Europe. And Andreas, he built Shark Coders, which is a coding bootcamp for kids. They are spread out in Portugal. And then Philippe is one of the best guys I know telling stories, and we're gonna need that. And he's worked with amazing communities like the ones from Nike and L'Oreal and others. We're not alone. So we have a great set of advisors from the blockchain, crypto, and this personal economy segment as well. And we already have some traction. So we have over 300 applications. So that means people that want to tokenize their careers. We already accepted 10 of them. We have over 25 private investors that committed to, that means over $1 million in commitment from them already. And because one of the feedbacks I got from BGI was to give some examples, I'm giving you two. So one of the people that is going to tokenize their career is João. So João's career coin will be named Space, and is going to be building this community of space geeks around him. He's already training to be an astronaut in Strasbourg as we speak. And the last one, we're basically partnering up with the NGOs. I'm just giving an example, which is Girl Move, which is helping girls from regions in Africa learning how to code and changing their lives, either working remotely or moving to Europe. And that's it from my side. Thank you. Looking forward to your questions. I think that was 5 minutes.
Yes, that was spot on. Exactly.
All those training sessions were good for something, right?
Yes, exactly. So I'll pass the word to Carol. So Carol, you can go first. Maybe Pedro, you can stop sharing your screen right now.
Sure.
Okay, Pedro, right. I think I'm not muted. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, at first it raised some flags and alarms for me, because I was like, okay, how do you make sure that this stays equitable and that it doesn't favor certain people based on, you know, gender or ethnicity or something? And then when you got to the Girls Move example.
Girl Move, yeah.
Move. All right. And then I thought, oh, yeah, I've seen this kind of thing before, an impact token, but I haven't seen a successful impact token that worked. However, I didn't see it used in this application. And, you know, we spent a lot of time looking at education, and there are all these blended finance deals, and it gets quite complicated with sustainable finance about how to create investment around these programs to educate children or in developing markets and developing world. And there's a lot of money that goes into that, and it usually is built on lots of different types of investments. And you know, and bond people. Some people get their money back, some people won't, because it's built that way. And maybe, you know, with the talk now moving towards scholarships being the most equitable way to get money and to get and to develop individuals in these areas. I'm thinking about the use of this as an impact token specifically that can be used in to help NGOs and places develop talent and target particular children and regions, you know, get more girls into education or something. So I'm wondering, this use case you show with Girl Move, can you tell me a little bit more about how that works specifically, and if individual tokens were assigned to individual girls, or what happened here?
All right, so just to give you, because one of the slides I didn't put was like where we are at right now. So we're launching our private beta in September. So that's important for you to know. First of all, thanks for your comments. So it's great to know that we are adding somewhere. But as I mentioned, like, we're doing this like as an open source. So there's a multiple case scenarios and use cases to do. That's actually our biggest enemy, because something I've learned in my previous startups is the lack of focus will drive you down. So we chose two segments to tackle, and even some of our advisors are saying, you know, Pedro, that's too much, but it's really hard for us not to do these two. So one of them is underprivileged talent, so raw talent, people that didn't have a shot. Let's help them out, and the way to do that for us and our team is to partner up with this with NGOs or entities like Girl Move. So Girl Move, we had a personal relationship with them. So what you're doing with us, they're going to pick 10 girls, and it's personal economy. So each one of them will have their own. And there's another thing that I didn't mention, but it came out recently from our conversations with, actually not with Girl Move, but with the coding bootcamps. But they are like more or less the coding bootcamps. They provide the same kind of benefit for talent, which is learning how to code, right? Which was for us to create a protocol that would be some sort of a syndicate, like a syndicate fund for the students and alumni of, let's say, Girl Move, alumni from Girl Move, to fund talent protocol using our reserve fund, would fund them as well. And other people would fund this syndicate that then would invest in raw talent. And this syndicate would be managed by Girl Move themselves. So this is something that came out recently. As I said, there's so many use cases, and one of our biggest challenges is focusing on the minimum possible for starters. Otherwise, the chances of success for us will be lower. Not sure if I answered your question.
Okay, but all right. So is this token currently available for purchase?
It will be. It will be. So our plan is to launch the token platform. So the talent protocol platform in September. And as we do that, we'll launch the TAL token. And with those TAL tokens, you'll be able to purchase the career coins. All right. So our fundraise is going to be a token fundraise, which is weird for a lot of VCs. Like, so you don't have equity, and they say, no, we don't.
I'm starting to see more of it these days. So it's an interesting space. All right.
But
thank you.
look, from only like 1 out of 20 VCs gets it, so like, you know, ballpark, right? So, but there's more and more founders doing this. So I need like VCs need to step up their game in this token-based economy. I'm a huge believer, so I'm totally biased. So
Yeah,
take it as it is.
I think there's a lot of future for you in impact, but I will pass to Jose.
All right.
Okay, thanks. So what is the main problem that you are, the pain that you are solving? Because you have explained it that, okay, we can use for multiple solutions, but what is okay, you decided to create this company for solving a pain, and what is exactly this pain in your mind?
Yeah, so Jose, actually today is a great day to tell you how my idea started, because yesterday the president of Benfica was arrested. So and I explain why these two are connected. Benfica is the biggest football club in Portugal. Basically, when I had this idea a long time ago, I didn't know blockchain in a deep way. And when I started my sabbatical after moving to a board role on landing.jobs, one of the things I studied was blockchain. And then my brain made the connection between those two chunks of memory, the newly created one about blockchain, everything I learned with solidity development, all of that, with an old idea I had, which was basically enabling everyone to invest in someone else's career. And why I brought the Benfica president being arrested is because the closest thing we have in our world today is sports, namely football, and arts like cinema and stuff, like where we have multiple actors like agents, spotters, the players, the clubs, the federations, all of these actors interact with each other in the past, the football past. But this market, this industry is closed. So if you and me, we want to invest in players, we can't. There's a lot of barriers to be able to do that. And also it's not very transparent, I have to say. It's very corrupt. And I just gave you an example of that. So this was an old idea of mine. And when you ask me like what problem you're solving, like we have a macro problem we're solving, which is basically, if you think about the key assets we have in the world today, like water, oil, well, oil is not a very good one, but water, gold, all these things that we have in our world. But think about the one that is being underutilized. And that's talent. Like we have so many people that have unpurposeful careers. And our key job, like what we hope to do collectively by building this community of sponsors around people, is to move people from unpurposeful careers to a purposeful one. By doing this, we hope that they're more happy, therefore we'll have a better world. It's more of an opportunity thing than a problem thing, even though the macro problem is there. Sorry for the long explanation. I just felt it was a good time to bring
it's okay.
it in.
So it could be like the income share agreement. Do you know this?
I know very well, very well. It's a substitute for. Sorry, do you want to?
Yeah. No. Go ahead, please.
All right. So income share agreement is kind of the exponential of supporting talent educations in the Web 2 world. Okay, Web 2 world is everything we know about the internet. So it's great. Okay, but it has still a lot of problems in it. Okay, and I've talked with bootcamps that use it, and it's not the silver bullet. All right, that we're sold to, because there's still some financial risks, all of that. What we're doing with this is that one of the use cases that we have, you saw it for the girl move situation, is you can enable someone's education. Well, they can still pay a small commitment fee, whatever. But by doing what we're doing, the educational institution will have skin in the game in someone's career. I'll tell you what, I paid for my education in Técnico in Lisbon, is one of the best computer science, technical schools. So I studied computer science, and I paid, like, my calculations is 6K euros in total. Okay, 6K, it's nothing compared to the US. Okay, and in some countries in Europe, we have it for free. So I'm not complaining about this, but it would be so much better for Técnico, my uni, to have a stake in my career than just to get those 6K. Like, I could even pay like 1K and give him, let's say, 10% of my career coins for that education, for those 5 years that they helped me out. And those career coins will be worth a hell of a lot more today.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Pedro. I don't think we have any questions, but that brings us to the we are right on time. So right now, what we're going to do is that we're going to do two things. We're going to put a link in the chat for those who are there to sort of like, we want to understand what pitch they like best. So we're going to put that in the chat. Also, we're going to go into a short breakout room for like 5 minutes for between me, Lorenzo, Carol, and Jose. Just to deliberate on who has the best pitch based on the presentation today. So stick around, everyone. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Sammy, so please, first of all, you need to share your screen so that we can keep viewers engaged. And then we would come back in about 3 to 5 minutes in the breakout room, okay?
Okay, sorry, 1 second. I'll stop sharing 1 second. Put you all in the breakout room first.
Yes, or you can start now and put us in the breakout room later on. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Do you have that billion-dollar idea and don't know where to start from? Or are you frustrated with your current job and looking for a career change? Well, say no more, because we have up to 25,000 euros plus mentoring from a top-notch accelerator, BGI, to help you launch your tech business. This is a great opportunity for you to join the largest European innovation network and get business development support from top international experts. So take a chance, shoot your shot, and apply for the EIT Digital Venture Program until the 8th of April. You don't even have to be incorporated to apply. Go to www.bgi.pt for more information. May the odds be ever in your favor.
My name is Xavier Appleton and I'm a Business Development Manager at BGI. I'm here today to present you Get in the Ring, the largest startup competition in the world, where startups get in a virtual box ring and fight to prove they have the best solution to urban mobility challenges suggested by 4 different Portuguese cities. BGI, together with EIT Urban Mobility, gives you the chance to win €5,000, be part of the huge network of investors, partners and potential clients, and gives you access to the global final meetup. If you have a mobility related project and you want to push it further, go ahead, get in the ring and fight for your startup. Visit BGI website for more information and may the luck be with you.
Hello everyone, my name is Claudia Carocha and I'm the Sustainability and Food Manager at BGI. And I'm here today to talk to you about a great opportunity. Do you have a sustainable project and don't know where to start from? Or do you have a clean tech startup and do you need help scaling it up? Well, say no more. We have up to 35K plus mentoring from a top-notch accelerator to help you scale up your sustainable startup. This is a great opportunity for you to join the greatest European clean tech network and get business development support from international experts. Take a chance, shoot your shot and apply to MET Climate Accelerator until the 4th of May. Go to bgi.pt for more information. May the odds be in your favor.
Hi there, my name is Untitled Chapter. I came into Portugal knowing little about the Portuguese startup ecosystem. However, while working at BGI, I was fortunate to analyze lots of data on an annual basis about the Portuguese startup ecosystem. BGI, in collaboration with EIT Digital, has published several reports based on the data we have collected in the space of 4 years, and I am amazed at the contribution of Portuguese startups to the economy of Portugal. Portuguese startups have created thousands of jobs and attracted billions of euros in foreign direct investments just in the last 5 years alone. Even in this year, when things seem to be falling apart, I have witnessed Portuguese startups rise up to the challenge to address issues that the pandemic has brought. There is no doubt that we have had a peculiar year, but even in dark times, it is important for us to celebrate the successes and the achievements in our community. This is why BGI and EIT Digital, in collaboration with our partners, have organized the Scale Up Portugal Gala, an event to celebrate and elevate the achievements of some of the best startups in the Portuguese entrepreneurial and innovation ecosystem. So, this is a special invitation to you, yes you, to join us at this virtual gala event on the 26th of November 2020. To register and for more information, visit www.scaleupportugal.tech/gala. Thank you. Sami, we are back.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. So first and foremost, I would like to thank everybody who joined the session. I don't know the final results of how many people joined the session, but it was an amazing pitch session. So I want to thank all the teams for being here. For those people who watched, you can also rewatch the demo day presentation, so the teams can also see how well you did and in the presentation. So this will be on our YouTube channel forever. Obviously, we use this link to share with our investors and partners that we work. So we also have people who voted to see what presentation they like best. And then we also have what the jury members decided. So the jury members decided on a variety of factors, not just on the delivery, but on in terms of the market size and things like that. So it was interesting. So Alicia, I think you have the results for what the people voted for. So maybe you can share your screen and let us know.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Tito. I will share my screen now. Can you see my screen? Yes. So here we have the result. And like we have talent protocol with 61%. And then senior support, the second one, easy brief, neutral C, and building block with, let's see. Okay, so our audience like it a lot, talent protocol, as we can see.
Okay, great. So maybe you can stop sharing your screen right now. Sure. Thank you, Alice. Thank you, Alicia. So the people's choice is talent protocol. But the jury's choice is neutralize C. So congrats, neutralize C. You have the best presentation for the demo day today. So I want to say a special thank you to our jury members, Jose and Carol. If you guys want to connect with Carol and Jose, we can be making that connection later. Also, Carol and Jose has asked to meet some of you later on. That's fantastic. So all the other investors in our who are watching, please feel free to, if you need to contact any of the teams here, please feel free to let us send a message to BGI, and then we can connect you with the right entrepreneurs. So I want to congratulate all the entrepreneurs here. We will still keep on working. The demo day is just a milestone. There'll be many more opportunities than demo days for you to pitch and to interact. And our work still keeps on going to take you guys further. To those who are watching, please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube link. And also, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. I'll be asking those questions. So thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful day, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone. See you.
Thank you. Thank you.